With the animation of Castlevania, you would wonder what could go wrong with Blood of Zeus, right? Well, I'm here today to tell you exactly what went wrong and what went right. I was very hyped when I saw the trailer for Blood of Zeus first time. I was like, whoa, the animation of Castlevania is back, so I hope this is good. After rewatching Blood of Zeus 2 times, I have to say the following. Let's start with the good parts. Whoever liked the animation of Castlevania will be very satisfied with the animation of Blood of Zeus. The animation is nice and very fluid like we saw in Castlevania. Another strong point about Blood of Zeus, we have an amazing soundtrack in every episode. Every scene have a very specific soundtrack that is actually well selected. The animation, like I mentioned before, stays very consistent in every episode. Every episode have fluid and very nice animation. Another strong point of Blood of Zeus is the depiction of violence and brutal moments. The gore, the blood, everything is very well made. They didn't shy away from violence. It's not a God of War in terms of violence, but it's satisfying to see certain brutal moments in the show, and that's a big plus. Added to that violence, we have great moments of hand-to-hand combat. The villain and the heroes, they really know how to put those hands to work. Another point that Blood of Zeus did a good job is how relatable the characters can be. I will talk about it better later on in the video. Now that we talk about the good things about Blood of Zeus, now let's cover the bad things about Blood of Zeus. It's not very difficult to notice in Blood of Zeus that the show seems a bit rushed. A few scenes in Blood of Zeus, we can see they've been rushed to achieve certain plot points. The hero arc is very predictable. Some events are way too convenient to push the plot forward. And we also have nerf characters. After covering the good and the bad, now I need to talk about certain characters individually to give you a more in-depth analysis about Blood of Zeus. Now, I will talk about the goddess Hera. She's also one of the antagonists of the show. The goddess Hera, in my opinion, she's one of the antagonists of the show. She's one of the driving forces when it comes to the plot of Blood of Zeus. She's a vengeful, powerful, and very trustworthy woman that been betrayed by Zeus. She is a relatable character that in the eyes of the story, her only goal was to be the only wife that Zeus would have. But that's not the case. As we all know, Zeus had multiple wives and he wasn't the most faithful husband or god in this case. In my opinion, she's one of the best characters of Blood of Zeus. She's very relatable, and through the story we can see how her emotions drove her to do everything that she did. She wanted vengeance against Zeus that played with her emotions. Because of that, she is manipulative, powerful, vindictive, and dominant. In my opinion, she's one of the best characters of Blood of Zeus. She stays consistent through every episode. If I'm really going to be honest, I think the title of the show should be Rage of Hera and not Blood of Zeus. But well, now let's talk about the main protagonist, Heron, the son of Zeus. Heron, in my opinion, is a very predictable and boring character. I don't think they really make something special with him. He was a very flat character. Didn't have a lot of big moments per se. He seemed sometimes a bit too emotional, and he didn't really stop to think in what type of situation he was in. As a main hero, we could see that he had a lot of plot armor in some cases. One good thing about the hero Heron is that he can really take a beating. He's very resistant. We can see through the show that he had his ass kicked so many times, but He was resilient and he had the guts of a hero. He wasn't a bad hero, but he didn't bring nothing new to the table. He seemed a very generic hero. Let's talk about the other antagonist, Seraphine. Seraphine as a character is very relatable as well. We can see through the story that his whole purpose is very similar to Era, is very revenge driven, and with that revenge in mind, Seraphine took a lot of different decisions and did a lot of evil pursuing this revenge. He is a good antagonist for the purpose of the show. His main goal is to kill his uncle who tried to kill him when he was a baby. In that process, he lost his mom, he's lost his real mom, and he killed a bunch of innocent people. He fought against his brother, and a lot of bad things happened to him, honestly. He was blind by hatred and revenge, and that was his downfall as well. In that process of looking for revenge, he killed a lot of people, a lot of innocent people that he could have spared. And in that same killing that he was making, he ended up killing his own mom. That tragic, right? After killing his own mom, he's a character that in my opinion doesn't have no type of redemption. He deserves any type of punishment that comes on his way. But that doesn't mean that he's not a relatable character in terms of character motivation. Now let's talk about a character that was a very important character in the story, Zeus. Zeus, he is a very important character in this story. He is the husband of Hera, he is the father of Aaron, and he is one of the driving forces that push the plot of this show forward. Zeus, he is a very interesting character. In his point of view, he said that he doesn't consider himself a father, or he doesn't know how to be a father, but I disagree with that. When he was looking after Aaron, when he was disguised as the old man Elias, he was there for his son. He protected Aaron's mom, and he tried the best he could to satisfy Hera and to keep his family. In the end of the show, he ended up sacrificing himself to protect Hera and to make sure that everyone was okay. He is a very complex character, a very interesting one. In my opinion, he's one of the best characters of the show as well, and he was a very relatable character too, because a lot of the decisions that he took along the way, he was able to take full responsibility and be accountable. Having these thoughts in mind, in my opinion, after watching Blood of Zeus for the second time, I don't think it's a replayable show, in my opinion, but I'm a fan of Greek mythology, and maybe I have my standards way too high. I really feel they could have give us a better main character. I would like for them to explore the story a bit more, with Aaron finding out his powers, the relationship of Zeus and his other kids, and a bit more of backstory regarding Olympus and the gods. I think they didn't explore that to the maximum as they should. And I also think that some of the gods in the show, they've been nerfed. I don't think Zeus, when I think about the Zeus of Olympus, I think something a bit more powerful, not only just lightning and shape-shifting powers. I think something more grandiose. But, well, I think I'm being a bit way too demanding. The gods overall, they feel a bit weak. I wish they could have make them a bit more flashy, more powerful, more everything. Who was your favorite character in Blood of Zeus, and what you really liked about Blood of Zeus? Leave your like and leave your comment below. And subscribe.